Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly update. Jumping right into the Hudson County MLS. In the past week, there have been 83 properties that have gone under contract, meaning that they have offers that have been accepted. They had an average list price of $721,000 and a median list price of $725,000. So median and average were in line with each other. Days on the market, average days on the market, 42 days. That's up a little bit from last week. And median days in the market is 25 days. So I'll run through some of these properties right now. None of these have closed yet. So we're going to look at how long they were on the market and list prices. In Hoboken, there was a unit at the Hoboken Grand, which is 610 Newark Street. It's a high-rise building in the southwest corner of Hoboken. This building was built around 2002, developed by Manhattan Building Company, which they eventually sold, I believe, to Toll Brothers. This is 610 Newark Street, 10F, two-bed, two-bath, 1,350 square feet, listed for $995,000. On the market for 62 days. So this was on the market for 2 months. And looks like they had updated the flooring in here. This is an elevator building. It has a fitness center. There's a part-time concierge. And there's a shuttle to the path that runs peak morning and peak evening rush hour. And it's located in the southwest corner, right across the street from the Skyline condos and right across the street from the border of Jersey City. 700 Grove Street, which is a Jersey City condominium, is directly across the street from this building. So it's a steel and concrete construction building built a little over 20 years ago in Hoboken, and this is under contract, listed for $995,000. Also came with parking for 1 car. In downtown Jersey City, Park and Shore, 75 Park Lane South. This is the developer of this property. They only have a handful of units remaining here. It's 2 separate properties, Park and Shore. You have 75 Park Lane, and then you have 2 Shore Lane, which is right here, the smaller building. This building is called Shore House. And then you have the high-rise portion. This condo is in the high-rise portion. This is unit 3202, listed for $1,495,000. On the market, 134 days, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,127 square feet. So this is one of the units from the developer. Developer units usually stay on the market longer. This developer has been selling for about 5 years now. They've held back on releasing all the properties at once. So as things sell, they've been trickling the last remaining units into the market. And as I mentioned, they only have a handful of units remaining here. It's a concierge building. There's an indoor pool as well as a large level of amenities. They have residence lounge on the first floor. Here's the indoor pool. Fitness center. There's a sky lounge up top in the building, which has another lounge area. It has a kitchenette area that you can reserve for parties, an outdoor area with outdoor deck area with chairs and barbecue area overlooking New York. So a high level of amenities in this building. Parking is rented. Here's that deck area of the amenities. Parking is rented on a monthly basis. In Newport, where this is located, and nobody owns parking in Newport, you can only rent there. And there are plenty of garages nearby where you can rent parking. There's a garage next door to this building. So this listed for $1,495,000. Looks like it's going to close in early January. I'll be happy to report back on what it sold for when the sale closes. Another unit here at the A condos, otherwise known as the Athena, 389 Washington Street, unit 31D, listed for $569, on the market 31 days. This is a 1-bed, 1-bath, 566 square foot unit. This is an elevator concierge building. It also has a residence lounge and a fitness center on site. This was built around 2006. Building's about 32 stories tall. The first 7 stories is the parking. Then really above 7, you have the residential units. And this unit, the D line, is actually located in the northwest corner of the building. So, the north side. So it faces no, my mistake. The west side. It faces directly west towards the building behind it. So it doesn't have any views of New York. You can see here it's looking at the building across the way. The nice thing about this building is that almost every unit has a terrace. So this has a terrace off the living room. 566 square feet. This is one of I believe this is the smallest layout in the building. There are larger one bedrooms in this building. They're in the 700 square feet, and then two bedrooms as well. And that's under contract at the A building. Listed for $569. Just bear with me here. Up in Weehawken, 2-bedroom, 2-bath over at Riva Point. I've talked about this building several times in the past month. This is located on pier, built on top of the Hudson River in the Lincoln Harbor section of Weehawken, right across the street from the Whole Foods and UBS, not far from Hoboken. The development was built in the early 90s and it finished around 2004. It was built in several different phases. And here you have a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,365 square foot duplex listed for $799 on the market 1 week, and it has gone under contract. All the units at Riva Point come with parking for one car. It is a concierge building. The ferry to New York is right next door to it. It looks like this unit was on the north side. So the way the complex works is most of the units are either on the north side or the south side. So the north side units face up towards Weehawken and West New York and Midtown Manhattan. The south side units face towards Hoboken and Lower Manhattan. But this was a duplex layout. Building has an indoor pool as well as a fitness center. And very close to, right next to ferry to New York, the light rail too is only a block away. And you're not far from, the bus to New York is right across the street. So very convenient from a commuting perspective to New York. And that listed for $799, got under contract at Riva Point. And all these buildings I'm discussing will be linked down below on YouTube. Here you have a 2-bed, 2-bath at Jacobs Ferry, 367 Oswego Court, listed for $835, on the market for 18 days, 1,228 square feet. So this is the entry-level size unit in Jacobs Ferry, Bulls Ferry. The units do get larger from here. This complex is located in West New York and in Guttenberg. About 70% of the community is on the West New York side. Has 2 outdoor pools. There's a shuttle that runs through the community that goes to the New York Waterway Ferry Terminal in West New York over in Port Imperial. And there's around like 9 or 10 different layouts in this complex. This is the smallest 2-bedroom. They do get larger from here. This is 1,228 square feet, duplex split level unit. Also comes with parking for 2 cars. You have a garage spot and a driveway spot. And let's take a look at it. And this community was built over several different phases, starting in the mid-90s, finishing up around 2000. The community, every property in this complex pays the same maintenance fee per home. So it's $590 per month per unit. So if you have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath at 1,200 square feet, you pay the same as a 4,000 square foot townhome, which is nice. And they do that. That levels out the maintenance fees for everyone. And it's a very convenient community. If you're looking for parking and more square footage, it's a great option in the River Road area. And over at 9 Avenue at Port Imperial in West New York, this is 9 on the Hudson, developed by K. Avnanian. Here you have a 3-bed, 2.5-bath, 2,410 square foot unit listed for $2,295,000 on the market for 143 days. So this was on the market for some time. Came with parking for 2 cars. And this is a large unit over at 9 on the Hudson. And developed by K. Avnanian, it has a concierge, has outdoor pool, large fitness center. Again, not far from Jacobson Ferry and Bulls Ferry, which I spoke to previously. That's the complex I just talked about. Close to ferry terminal. Has the bus right across the street on River Road as well. So very easy. Also located right near Starbucks, located right near Acme Supermarket. So it's all very close to shopping. You don't even have to get in your car to go food shopping. It's all right there. So very convenient from a convenience perspective. Looking at what has sold, a couple things stood out to me in Hoboken. This is not in a major building, but people who come to me say, I want to live in a loft or I'm looking for an industrial space. The cast iron lofts, which there's a building called Cast Iron in Jersey City, but this is the one in Hoboken, 610 Clinton Street. It's located right next to the Acme supermarket on Clinton and 6th. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath duplex, unit 4C, listed for $1,799,000. It sold $100,000 under asking for $1,695,000. This is 1925 square feet. So this is a former industrial space that was converted into condominiums in the early 2000s. And you have this very high ceilings, exposed brick, this industrial ductwork throughout. Many of the units are duplexes, and they kept the elements of you could see a lot of the structural integrity of the building in the units. So a lot of the beams were exposed. Some of the units have big iron beams throughout. Very cool. If you like loft style living where you have open spaces, open bedroom areas in some of the rooms, this is a good option for you. And this unit has sold over at the Cast Iron for $1,695,000. And the building is an elevator building. The elevators go right to each unit. So you fob in and the elevator goes right to your unit, door opens. And that's sold for $1,695,000. In downtown Jersey City, 77 Hudson Street, unit 1403, listed for $830,000. It sold for $820,000. 60 days on the market. 1 bed, 1 bath, 744 square feet on the 14th floor. And it also had parking for 1 car. So this is a 1-bedroom. This unit faces northwest. So it's located looking towards 99 Hudson Street here. And this is west towards Grove Street. And this building was built around 2006 by Kovnanian. Steel and concrete construction, has a large level of amenities, outdoor pool, concierge, large residence lounge, fitness center, and located right near the ferry to New York and not far from Exchange Place Path. And that has sold over at 77 Hudson for $820,000. Also in downtown Jersey City near Grove Street, this is 10 Provost Street. Building's about 5 years old. It was developed by Toll Brothers. 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,171 square feet, listed for $1,300,000, and it sold for $1,250,000. 56 days on the market. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and this is a high-rise building near Grove Street, built by Toll Brothers. Concierge building, has a roof deck, has a large level of amenities, outdoor pool, multiple residence lounges, very large fitness center. And again, look not far from Grove Street Path as well as Exchange Place Path. You're kind of in between, closer to Grove Street though. And it's located in this powerhouse arts district, 151 Bay Street, which is another condominium building that's like the newest one in this area. Also developed by Toll Brothers, is right across the street from it. So you have this whole area here of many new buildings and developments. Majority of the buildings around it are rentals. This is a condominium, and the one across the street from it at 151 Bay is also a condominium, which is right here. This is 151 Bay. So this has gone under contract. Excuse me. This is sold at 10 Provost for $1,250,000, 2-bed, 2-bath. Over in West New York, the Hudson Club, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 24th Avenue at Port Imperial, unit 400. I remember when this came on the market a couple months ago. This was a direct east-facing unit listed for $1,500,000, and it sold for full price $1,500,000. 9 days on the market. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,821 square feet, and this has the vaulted double height ceiling. You can see it's on the northeast side of this building, looking directly at Midtown Manhattan. So you have direct views of New York. and it is a duplex. In this complex, the Hudson Club is made up of two buildings, 24 Avenue at Port Imperial and 26 Avenue at Port Imperial. The fourth floor units are duplex level units, two floors. And this unit has been updated. The complex was built in 2000, so many of the units looks like that's a newer kitchen, newer bathroom. So the previous owner of this property did a lot of work. And this is located in Port Imperial section, not far from shopping, ferry to New York, as well as not far from the light rail. And the bus to New York is right across the street from the community as well. So that sold for $1.5 million. Articles in the past week. Jersey Digs had this article just highlighting a lot what's going on in downtown Jersey City as far as development and what's currently under construction. And majority of the buildings profiled, unfortunately, are rentals. They're not condominiums to purchase. But I'll link this down below, and you can kind of see what's being built, where it's being built, and the renderings of what's happening. Things in Newport, properties in Exchange Place. So Jersey Digs did a nice recap of everything that's going on. And this is more of a broader article. I saw this on MSN. It's about builders across the country who have unsold homes and how many of them are opting to rent those out versus sell them. Just because the rental demand is pretty high and they're getting good numbers. So I'll link this down below. Interesting article as well. More talking about national real estate versus local real estate. The trend in Hudson County in the last couple of years has been to build residential rental buildings on a large scale. Unfortunately, so there's not a lot of new construction condo supply, but this is more of like a nationwide article, which I always say that you always want to look hyper locally at what's happening in a marketplace. Sometimes these national articles don't paint the picture of what's happening in your local market. So, but it's good to see what's happening on a national level. And I'll link those down below. These articles come out these videos come out every Monday. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.